And I spent 10 years traveling around the world, speaking to lay people, but mostly speaking to doctors, trying to get them to understand functional medicine. And it wore me out. I mean, I had adrenal fatigue, and I just stopped because I couldn't keep doing it. But that was back in 2016. I think I stopped, and I'll show you one of the reasons why I stopped. But so I've been kind of in this lull. I've been learning, I've been practicing things in my office. But now I'm at this point that I'm realizing how I can really educate the public is through things like this podcasts, TikTok, Instagram. And I was just talking with Rebel before this, is that I'm really getting an education on how to do this, because my goal is to arm you with information that you can be so confident about, that whether your doctor, your sister, your brother, your whoever, that you are so knowledgeable of the truth and the facts that when you hear erroneous information, you can go back to the basics that I try to teach you and say, does that fit in with this basic knowledge that I've been learning, that I've been exposed to? And that's what happened to me, is that I figured out in medicine that I wasn't exposed to everything that I needed to know. I was exposed to what they wanted me to know. And I'm going to tell you that is how this, at least how this culture is. You're exposed to what they want you to know, not what you need to know. And that's what you're taught in school. You're taught in school what they want you to know. Now, I think the best thing that's ever happened in this culture is the internet. And like anything, everything has a good and a bad. You can use the internet in a positive way, and you can use it in a negative way. But what I think it has done, it has allowed people to obtain knowledge that they otherwise would not get exposed to, because they're getting the knowledge from everybody really in the world. All of that knowledge, and when you talk about spirituality, you're able to obtain knowledge from the universe. And that is so empowering. And that's the reason why they only tell you the things that they want you to know, because they know once you have information, you can take power away from the people who are trying to control you. So I don't want to get too off, but just think about it. You know, the news media, the television, whatever, they are telling you the things that they want you to know, advertisements. And so what I'm going to talk about today, this is some basic knowledge that I had to learn. They didn't teach me this in school. Please understand, most of the stuff, most of the information I'm giving you, I did not learn in school. And one thing that I didn't learn is the power of a simple thing that we've all heard of, is vitamin C. And there's a saying, I read a book about vitamin C. It says, if you don't know what to do for a patient, give them vitamin C. And by the time you figure out what's wrong with them, they're going to be fine. Vitamin C is really a panacea. It can do so many things. One of the things it does, it helps to potentiate your immune system. That's why you take vitamin C when you have a cold, because it helps to work against viruses. And what are we dealing with cancer? Is a disruption of the immune system, where the immune system did not see that cancer cell early enough, because your immune system is killing cancer cells every second of the day, but it really does it at night. There's something called natural killer cells. And natural killer cells go out at night to kill potential cancer cells. That's why sleep is so important. That's when your immune system really works. And so all of the things that we are doing to try and suppress, all of the things medicine is trying to do to suppress the immune system, is really detrimental. What you really want to do is enhance your immune system. And vitamin C can do that. So today I'm going to talk about something that's very near and dear to my heart, is vitamin C and cancer. And I want you to be armed with the facts that you can review yourself and you can take to the doctor. Rebel, there's a form. It's called the patient-friendly vitamin C research. You're going to be able to download it as we talk, and I'm going to reference it as we go through the slides, but that's my goal, is to give you the facts. I give you the facts about saliva testing, and I'm giving you the facts about vitamin C. Those are two things that are very near and dear to my heart, and I'm going to share some of that information with you. Let's go to the first slide, Rebel. So I'm going to do this on YouTube. You're like, well, why you got to picture yourself? I'm going to do this on YouTube too. So I know you guys know me, but let me make this a little bigger so I can see. All right. So vitamin C and cancer, what you're not being told. The doctors promise to change the future now. So we're going to explore the potential of high dose intravenous vitamin C. And the key is, a lot of times in medicine, they construct studies so that they can get the outcome that they want. And so I'm talking about IV vitamin C. I'm not talking about the emergency, the 1,000 milligrams that you take. We're talking about using vitamin C to combat conditions. All right. So in cancer treatment, therapy supported by decades of research, yet often overlooked by conventional oncology. So join me as we are going to look at the real evidence about what is going on when we're talking about vitamin C and cancer. So this is the ACEs blueprint. I tell you, this is a host. I tell you, these slides are so I can do it on YouTube, because you guys know me and I'm sitting right here. But this is also so you can download, and I'll make it where you can download these slides also, because sometimes when you get the visual picture, it's even better than just listening to something. So that's one of the reasons why I use slides. All right. So why is this episode personal? This is my beautiful sister. She's the sister closest to me. I was closest to her. And what happened was she developed breast cancer. Now, before she developed the breast cancer, she had a condition called polymyositis. So that's just a big word. Poly means many, myo means muscle, situs means inflammation. So she had this condition that she had multiple areas of inflammation. And many people believe in functional medicine that inflammation is the major cause of aging. So she had this condition and really wasn't treated. She was getting steroids and everything for it, which was further suppressing her immune system, which is further suppressing her ability to make natural killer cells. So when I heard that she had that condition, I was afraid that she was going to develop cancer. And that's exactly what happened. So she developed breast cancer. And the breast cancer was triple negative, so it wasn't responding to a lot of treatments. And I saw that the chemotherapy was just deteriorating her. Her quality of life was nothing. So she battled this for 10 years before she passed away. But probably the last 5 years, I tried my best to get her to go and get IV vitamin C, because she was suffering. And I found that she lived in Nashville. I live in Atlanta. I found places in Nashville for her to go to. I had sent her and her family articles, some of the same articles I'm sending you. I tried my best to convince them to do it. But I was up against her husband, who didn't really believe in this. And she had a daughter who was a breast surgeon. And so I kind of got drowned out by those two. And I understand. I mean, I tell people all I am is an advisor. I can't make you do anything. But what that made me do was to say, I am going to, if I couldn't save her, if I couldn't convince her, I'm going to try and convince as many other cancer patients that there are things they can do. And I'm not against conventional medicine, as you'll see. I'm just saying there's other things that you can do, that you can understand, so you can help in this battle against cancer. And really, I don't want to keep calling it a battle. You're not fighting cancer. What you're really trying to do is to understand what that cancer is trying to tell you to change. So whenever you start talking about fighting, it puts you in a fight or flight mode. And you can't heal when you're tense. You can't heal when you're in a survival mode. you have to be relaxed and you have to know that your body is trying to tell you something. And usually that comes after you've had either one big